So for the second week in a row, yours truly took the 954sports.com high school football playoff game of the week to Fort Lauderdale and the beautiful campus of St. Thomas Aquinas High School. I'm Matt Levine, welcoming you to the 954sports.com YouTube channel. Please go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to thank you for doing so in advance. I certainly hope you enjoyed your Turkey Day, Thanksgiving 2019. Well, a couple old rivals under the lights at St. Thomas Aquinas High School Friday night in Fort Lauderdale. It was Venice and the Indians at 8-4 taking on the St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders 12-0. The fourth straight year these two would tangle in the state playoffs. In the last couple of years, there's been some mixed results for both squads. In 2017, Venice playing the role of spoiler en route to their second state championship in football and school history. They would upset St. Thomas in the semifinals. STA had three-peated as state champs from 14 through 16, looking to four-peat, not meant to be, but they would exact some revenge. Last year, a 20-point win for the Raiders over the Indians in the 7A state playoff semifinal. St. Thomas would fall in the state championship, but they know lots about winning state championships. As I mentioned, they three-peated, 14 through 16. Overall, since the turn of the century, 7 state championships in school history, 10 overall in school history. And they're looking to write their own chapter as an undefeated squad to take home another title and raise another banner in Fort Lauderdale at STA. So let's go out to Brian Piccolo Memorial Stadium and show you the highlights. Now, according to my mom's Facebook page, a little side note, just read this today. Last night, by the way, Brian Piccolo's movie, Brian's Song, it was the 48th anniversary of it debuting on ABC. I had the feeling last night that defense would take center stage early. I've had that feeling throughout the playoffs. And that was the case as we show you some of that great pageantry. We'll talk more about the pageantry when we get to the intermission after the first half highlights. As we roll up the football highlights, that physicality took center stage. Big hit here. This is Charles Brantley of the Indians against the Raiders' offensive player. But the Raiders play their own special brand of football. How good is it? They've allowed a smidge over a touchdown per game this season, just about 8 points. Look at Roez St. Ville, the big guy making the big stop. Next roll, let's roll this highlight. This dude's all over the place. Every Friday night I've seen St. Thomas play this fall. Dante Lunin, he gets a stop. It was only a matter of time before the defense started getting the offense motivated to fire on all cylinders. It's contagious, right? And that's what happened. Offense came alive. They've got a quarterback. I would deem him a super sophomore. What a talent this kid is. Zion Turner can do it with the arm or the wheels. Elected to go with the wheels first. Plunges it in from about a yard out on the run. 6:03 of the first. It was STA on top of Venice, 7-0. Then Turner shows you what he can do with the passing game, one of his favorite targets. These two have been able to celebrate touchdown passes on many occasions throughout the regular season into the postseason. They do it again. Marcus Roseman, bound for the University of Georgia, touchdown. Raiders go up 14-zip. You know what? It's the final game of being able to do the 954sports.com high school football game of the week in my backyard for 2019 here in Broward County. So let's throw the whole kitchen sink at you and keep on giving you those defensive highlights. I'm old school. I love the defense. Defense takes over for STA again. Big stop by a big dude. Nathaniel Bradley, how do you do? Then the interception game got going. By the way, St. Thomas had 4 of them. Jaden McBurrows had 2 of them. This is his first. Good defense leads to offense. And that theory held true once again as Turner cranked it up, finding one of his favorite targets, Javante Royal. Hello. 21-0 on the touchdown pass. Turner, 7 of 12, 82 yards passing on the night. And that would be the score going into halftime. 21 for the hometown STA Raiders, 0 for the visiting Indians of Venice. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago, I like to highlight the pageantry throughout the football season with all that's going on surrounding the game throughout these various stadiums that I've had the pleasure of visiting and fields in Broward County and telling you about the bands and such during the half. So this is the final time I get to do it this season, right? Show you a little clip of just how well this band performs. And without further ado, it is time to strike up the St. Thomas Aquinas Marching Band. I told you, they're pretty good. Bravo, again, to the STA marching band and all the talent that surrounds it, and to the other bands I've had the pleasure of covering throughout the 954sports.com high school football game of the week. Now, at halftime, I also had a chance to, scout the perimeter. See, I was curious. I wanted to go down the concession stand and see if people were getting tired of the Thanksgiving food. I had a feeling the concession stand would be packed. It was. You know what? Just for heck's sake, look at this menu. Not too bad, right? Look at the line. People are hungry. People are sick of turkey, I think. As we head into the second half, let's show you the highlights. No turkeys on the sideline of St. Thomas. These guys just playing their A-plus game, highlighted that quarterback, Zion Turner, and what he can do, running the football, throwing the football in the first half. Well, he struck again. This is Zion, putting it into 6th gear like a Corvette. 41 yards into the land of 6. 28-0. Turner, 73 yards running. Those pair of TDs I showed you on the night. Now, earlier I talked about that defense, right? And how they had 4 interceptions in the game. I showed you this guy's first one. I'm going to show you the second one right now because it's worth 6 points. The old pick 6. Jaden McBurrows, will have him in the post game as one of the interviews with the 30-yard interception for the score, making it 35-0. STA would tack on a final touchdown on the run, and the final score would be 42-0. All that was left to do at St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale was party on, and they were having a good time on that sideline, yucking it up. Water bottles in full celebration mode, right? All the players, and actually the Gatorade dunk alive and well too. Coach Roger Harriott gets a bath. Good stuff. And these guys get to celebrate for good reason. They are on their way to the Class 7A state championship game, December 14th, 7 o'clock at Dayton Stadium. Should be quite the matchup, as they will take on Edgewater for all the marbles. Edgewater with a mark of 13-1. I'm hoping to attend and cover it here for 954sports.com. More on that But, as I like to do every game, right? Highlight some of the players who made tremendous contributions and get some post-game interviews. So let's start it off. We've got a couple players and we got a coach. We'll start off with the players first. Proudly displayed Jaden McBurroughs' pair of interceptions and his touchdown. He had a chance to talk about the coaching they received. Gave props to the coaches and not getting distracted during the holiday week and accomplishing their mission. Also, Colby Dempsey had an interception last night, like McBurroughs, a really classy kid. Consummate professional. I know they're young men, but they handle themselves so well, these kids, after the game. They're like interviewing college or professional players. I mean that. He talked about how practice makes perfect. So let's roll the interview with Colby Dempsey and Jaden McBurroughs.
Yeah, Coach Harris always preached that we had to execute, focus. Coach Harris always preached that, and we just executed, and we just listened, and we just focused through the whole week, through Thanksgiving.
We just always come in and practice every day, day in, day out. We come through, work hard. So when we just came into the game time, we just already knew what we was gonna do. It's just easy for us.
And again, two outstanding Raiders. I wish them the best of luck in that state championship game. I'm sure they're going to be itching to get out on the field. They have to wait, right, with the bye week to December 14th. I bet you these young men wish they can wake up this morning and go play the game today. I'm sure that's how amped up they are. Now, I also had a chance to catch up with Mr. Amir Riley. This is a good dude right here. This is the defensive coordinator. Obviously is doing fantastic work. Like I mentioned before, his defensive unit allowing a little bit more than a touchdown per game, 8 points. Incredibly enough, they've pitched shutouts back-to-back weeks in the playoffs. They've absolutely put the clamps on their opponent. They've outscored the opposition 127-19, so allowing just 19 points in the postseason. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not even going to cut up the interview. I'm just going to leave it unedited and let the Q&A between yours truly and Amir Riley go, and let you take a look and listen.
Tell me about the W tonight. Back-to-back shutouts. I think any time throughout a season, if you get one shutout, let alone two straight in the playoffs, come on.
Yeah, man, it's all about these kids, man. These kids put their heart and souls in it. You know, we just supervise. We get to show them some guidance and some things along the way, but all their work they put in all the way back from February, it shows out here in the football field. They're competitive. They want those donuts. We give them donuts when they get shut out, so they love the donuts. They love the sugar, man. They go crazy, but it's really a testament to these kids, how hard they work. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long road. Had some ups and downs, but to see these kids come out on top, it's really a proud moment to be a part of this program that Coach Smith and Coach Harriet and all those guys that have been here before have put so much into. We're just trying to, continue to carry the torch and represent those guys who did so much before us.
Absolutely, and I kind of said it in one of my reports this week. You guys got the 3 C's, the Cool, Calm, Collective. All fronts of the football, these are men, boys amongst men. From my outside looking in, tell me about just the composure in the 3 C's you guys really do.
No, you're exactly right, man. They definitely have the 3 C's. They play like men. We're children from an age standpoint, but the way they perform and the way they carry themselves, the way they, practice early mornings, they're practicing, they don't complain. They're a very professional bunch, and it shows out here. Like I said, they're kids by age, but they're men by performance and how they work out here.
Thank you so much, Coach. I know you got one more hurdle to climb. Go celebrate tonight. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
And again, there's defensive coordinator Amir Riley. I wish him and the rest of the coaches and all the players the best of luck in their preparation for the state championship game. Again, it'll be Orlando's Edgewater, 13-1. Perfect 13-0 for STA. Festivities scheduled for 2 weeks from today, Saturday, December 14, 7 o'clock kickoff at Daytona Stadium. I am hoping to be there. I cannot wait. I want to thank you again for joining me throughout the season. On the 954sports.com high school football game of the week, I'm looking to cover girls and boys hoops with a 954sports.com high school basketball game of the week. More to come on that. Until the 14th and the 7A state championship game, I'm Matt Levine wishing you well from 954sports.com. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and congratulations to those St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. You're heading to the state championship game.